Some of the KDP marketing strategies that worked before don't work as well anymore. For example, Amazon made changes to its algorithm in 2024, shifting from their old A9 algorithm to a new A10 system that completely changed how books get discovered and promoted. They've moved from keyword-based ranking to performance-based ranking, and most publishers have no idea that this even happened. After helping over 10,000 students build income streams through KDP publishing, I can tell you that 2026 requires a different approach. The fundamentals still work, of course, but Amazon now judges your book differently. If you're still using 2024 marketing tactics, you're fighting an uphill battle. Today, I'm showing you what's changed, what still works, and exactly how to market your books in 2026 for maximum visibility and royalties. Section 1. What changed in 2024 to 2025? Have you ever wondered why some books on Amazon become bestsellers while others just disappear into obscurity? The answer isn't about writing quality. It's about understanding how Amazon decides which books to show to readers. And what most people don't know is Amazon completely changed how this works in 2024. They quietly rolled out a new system that fundamentally changed which books get visibility and which ones get buried. And if you've been trying to sell books on Amazon and you're still using advice from 2022 or 2023, you're playing by rules that no longer exist. And that's why your results might not be matching your expectations. So let me explain what actually happened and why it matters for anyone trying to market books in 2026. Amazon uses an algorithm. Basically, it's a set of rules that decides which books to show to which readers. Think of it like a librarian who recommends books, except this librarian serves millions of people simultaneously and makes decisions in milliseconds. So for years, Amazon's system, which insiders call the A9 algorithm, worked like this. It looked at the keywords in your book title and your description, and if someone searched for those words, Amazon would show them your book. Let's say your book was called Billionaire Romance, and someone searched for Billionaire Romance. Amazon would show them your book. This created a game. Publishers figured out they could stuff as many keywords as possible into their titles to rank for more searches. You'd see titles like Billionaire Romance, Bad Boy CEO, Alpha Male Second Chance Love Story. Just keyword after keyword, just crammed in there. And it worked for a while. But then something happened. The platform got flooded with low quality books, and many of them generated by AI tools that were gaming this system. Publishers would create mediocre books, stuff the titles with keywords, and trick the system into showing them to readers. Readers would buy these books expecting one thing and then getting something completely different. They'd leave bad reviews, they'd return the books, the customer experience just suffered. So Amazon changed the rules. In 2024 and 2025, they rolled out what's being called the A10 algorithm. And this new system works fundamentally differently. Instead of just looking at keywords, Amazon now watches how your book actually performs with real readers. Specifically, it tracks your book's performance for the first 30 days after you publish. What Amazon looks for is, are people buying your book consistently, or did you just have one big spike and then nothing? When people click on your book page, do they actually buy it, or do they click away? How long do people spend reading your book page before making a decision? Are people leaving reviews? Are those reviews from verified purchases? This is a massive shift. It means Amazon is no longer asking, what keywords does this book have? Instead, it's asking, do real readers actually want this book? This matters because under the old system, you could potentially game your way to visibility with clever keyword tricks and a big launch spike. You'd push hard for 3 days, get a bunch of sales, and Amazon would promote your book based on that initial momentum. Under the new system, that's not enough. Amazon is watching you for 30 full days. It wants to see sustained interest or consistent daily performance. Basically, real reader engagement. The first 72 hours still matter enormously. You absolutely need a strong start. But now you also need to maintain that momentum through week 2, week 3, and week 4. This is actually good news if you're willing to do marketing the right way. It means you just can't trick the system anymore. You need to actually create demand for your book. You need real readers discovering it, buying it, and engaging with it adjusted over time. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you how to do. But before we get to the marketing strategies that work, there's something else that changed in 2024 that affects how you set up your book when you publish it. Section 2, the new keyword rules, what you need to stop doing. When you publish a book on Amazon, you get to enter 7 keyword phrases. These are search terms that help Amazon understand what your book is about so that it can show you to the right readers. This is important because if you pick the wrong keywords, your book won't show up when people search for books like yours. It's like putting a romance novel in the mystery section of a bookstore. The people looking for romance will never find it. Now, for years, there was a strategy around how to use these 7 keyword slots. Publishers would research what words readers were searching for, and they'd try to rank for as many of those searches as possible. That basic strategy still works, but in 2024, Amazon introduced 3 new rules about what you should not put in those keyword boxes. And most publishers don't even know these rules exist, which means they're wasting valuable keyword space on things that don't help them at all. Let me walk you through each rule and explain why it matters. Rule number 1, don't include book format terms in your keywords. This means terms like paperback, Kindle edition, audiobook, ebook, or hardcover. Amazon's system already knows what formats your book is available in. When someone searches for romance ebook, Amazon automatically shows them all the romance books available as ebooks. So you don't need to tell it that your book is an ebook. If one of your 7 keywords is romance ebook, you just wasted a slot. You could have used that space for an actual search term that describes your story, like enemies to lovers, or second chance romance, or small town love story. Think of it this way. If you're setting up a dating profile, you wouldn't waste character space saying, I am a person with a profile on this dating app. That's obvious. You'd use that space to describe what makes you interesting. The same principle applies here. Rule number 2, don't use spelling variations or misspellings. Some publishers used to include common misspellings in their keywords. For example, if your book was about vampires, you might include vampires spelled wrong, like vampyres or vampires, hoping to capture those searches. Nowadays, that's not necessary anymore. Amazon's system now automatically handles spelling errors, plurals, and spacing variations. If someone types vampires with an IERS by mistake, Amazon knows they meant vampires and shows them the right books. So you don't need to account for typos. Amazon does it for you. Use your keyword space for actual search terms that people are intentionally looking for. Rule number 3, don't repeat words that are already in your title or subtitle. If your book is called Dragon Riders and dragon and riders are in the title, Amazon has already indexed those words. You don't need to repeat them in your keyword boxes. You can use those words as part of a longer phrase. So if your title is Dragon Riders, you could use the keyword epic dragon battles because you're adding new context around the word dragon. You're not just repeating dragon riders exactly. The point is, don't waste slots on exact matches to your title. Amazon already knows your title. Use the keyword space to tell Amazon additional things about your book that aren't obvious from the title alone. Now you might be thinking, okay, so what should I put in these keyword boxes? Well, you want to find out what actual readers are typing into Amazon's search bar when they're looking for books like yours. And there's a simple way to do this. Go to Amazon.com, click on the Kindle store, and in the search bar, start typing words related to your book's genre or tropes. Let's say your book is a billionaire romance. Type billionaire and just pause. Amazon will auto-suggest the most popular searches that start with that word. You'll see things like billionaire romance, billionaire boss, billionaire CEO, billionaire grumpy. Those suggestions are what real readers are actually searching for. Those are gold. Write them down. Do this for each of your main story elements, like your genre, your tropes, your setting. Build a list of phrases that readers are actively searching for. Then use those phrases in your 7 keyword boxes. This basic strategy hasn't changed. What's changed is that you now need to be smarter about not wasting slots on things Amazon handles automatically. Something else that's changed with Amazon's new algorithm is it now values clarity over quantity. Amazon would rather you clearly signal 1 or 2 highly relevant keywords across your title, subtitle, and backend keywords than try to rank for 50 different things. Think of it like this. If you walk into a bookstore and tell the clerk, I'm looking for a book, they can't help you. It's too vague. But if you say, I'm looking for a steamy contemporary romance with a billionaire hero and enemies to lovers tension, they know exactly what section to take you to. Amazon's algorithm works the same way now. Clear signals about what your book is get you better visibility than trying to be everything to everyone. So when you're choosing your keywords, focus on the 1 or 2 most important search terms that precisely describe your book, and make sure those same terms appear in your title or subtitle as well. This creates consistency across your whole listing, which tells Amazon this book is clearly about this specific thing. Okay, so now you understand what changed with Amazon's algorithm and keyword rules. But here's the critical question. How do you actually get readers to find and buy your book in the first place? Because keywords only matter if people are clicking on your book, and Amazon's algorithm only rewards you if you're getting consistent sales. So how do you create that initial momentum? Let me show you. Section 3, the marketing foundation that actually works. You could have the most attention-grabbing book cover with a compelling blurb, but if nobody knows your book exists, nobody will buy it. Amazon has over 12 million books in its catalog. Your book is just one tiny needle in a massive haystack. Amazon's job is to figure out which needles are worth showing to readers. And here's how Amazon makes that decision. It watches to see which books are already getting attention, which ones are getting traffic, which ones are generating sales, and which ones readers are engaging with. Your job as a publisher isn't just to create a good book. Your job is to create the initial crowd around your book so Amazon notices and decides to promote it to even more people. The question is, how do you create that initial crowd? There are really only 2 ways to do this. Option 1, pay for it. Run ads on Facebook or Amazon to drive traffic to your book page. This works, but it's expensive. It requires expertise to do it profitably. And if you don't have other books for readers to buy after your first one, the math just usually doesn't work out. And we'll talk about paid advertising later. For now, I want to show you option 2. Option 2, build an audience before you publish. This is the strategy that consistently works for publishers at every level, from complete beginners to people generating 6 figures in royalties. Here's how it works. Before you publish your book for sale, you create a shorter book, usually around 10,000 words, and you give it away completely free in exchange for people's email addresses. This free book is called a lead magnet. Its only job is to attract readers in your genre and get them onto your email list. This works because when you launch your first paid book, you now have an audience of people who already read your writing and they liked it enough to give you their email address. And these people are pre-qualified fans. When you email them saying, hey, my new book is live on Amazon, a percentage of them will buy it. That creates your initial sales velocity. That's the crowd gathering around your book. That's what Amazon sees and decides to promote. We typically recommend you have 1,500 to 2,000 email subscribers before you publish your first paid book. We do this because at 1,500 to 2,000 subscribers, you unlock access to a free marketing strategy called newsletter swaps, which I'll explain in just a moment. Below 1,500 subscribers, you can't effectively use this strategy. At or above it, you can. So your first goal is create a lead magnet and build your email list to 1,500 subscribers. How do you actually do this? Well, first, write your lead magnet. This is a complete story that's about 10,000 words long. It should be in the same genre and style as the books that you plan to sell. Think of it as a sample that shows readers what you're capable of. And if you're writing romance, your lead magnet is a short romance. If you're writing thrillers, it's a short thriller. Make sense? The second, get a cover design for it. Doesn't need to be expensive. You can find designers on Fiverr for $20 to $50 who can create great covers. Third, upload it to a platform called BookFunnel. BookFunnel is a service that delivers free books to readers and collects their email addresses in exchange. It handles all the technical stuff so that you don't have to. Fourth, create a simple landing page that says something like, get my free book, and has a button that connects to your BookFunnel link. Fifth, start promoting this free book. There are 3 main ways to grow your email list. Method 1, BookFunnel group promos. These are promotions where dozens of authors all share each other's free books with their email lists. You promote the group promo to your email list, and 40 other authors promote it to their larger lists. Your list grows. Method 2, newsletter swaps on Facebook, where you can connect with other publishers to promote each each other's lead magnets. And method 3, paid newsletter spots. Some authors with large email lists will let you pay $10 to $60 to have them promote your free book to their subscribers. This is the fastest method if you have a budget. I know what you're thinking right now. This sounds like a lot of work before I even publish my first real book. Yes, it is work, but here's what happens if you skip this step. You publish your book with zero audience. You email nobody because you have no list. You hope Amazon's algorithm randomly discovers your book and shows it to people. And when that doesn't happen, because why would Amazon promote a book with zero traction, you wonder why you're not seeing royalties. Building an email list first flips the equation. Now you control your launch. You create the initial sales, and Amazon sees that activity and decides to amplify it. This is the foundation. Everything else builds on this. Okay, so now you understand why you need an email list, but there's a second piece to this foundation that's even more powerful. Once you have 1,500 to 2,000 subscribers, you can start doing something called newsletter swaps. A newsletter swap is when you and another author make a simple agreement. You promote their book to your email list, and they promote your book to their email list. Think of it like this. Imagine you have 1,500 people on your list, and another author also has 1,500 people on their list. You both write in the same genre, let's say contemporary romance. You email your 1,500 subscribers and say, hey, check out this new romance from author X. I think you'll love it. They email their 1,500 subscribers and say, hey, check out this new romance from author Y. I think you'll love it. You both just received 1,500 new readers who like your genre for free. Now you can scale this up. What if during your book launch week, you did this with 28 different authors, 4 swaps per day for 7 days? Suddenly, you're reaching tens of thousands of readers without spending $1 on ads. This is newsletter swaps, and it's the #1 free marketing strategy that actually works on Amazon. There's a platform called BookClicker that connects authors for newsletter swaps. You create a profile, list your email list size, and then you can browse other authors looking for swap partners. And when you're looking for swap partners, you want to pay attention to 3 metrics. First, list size. Look for authors with at least 1,000 subscribers. Below that, the swap probably won't drive enough traffic to matter. Second, open rates. This tells you what percentage of their list actually opens their emails. You want to see 20% or higher. Below 20% means their list isn't engaged. Third, click-through rates. This tells you what percentage of people who open the email actually click on the book link. You want to see 6% or higher. These numbers tell you whether their list is real and engaged or just a bunch of dead email addresses that don't do anything. Now, there are different types of swaps. A solo swap means your book is the only one featured in their email. These are the best because all the attention is on your book. A feature swap means your book is featured first, but there might be 1 or 2 other books mentioned below yours. A mention swap means your book is listed along with several others. You want to prioritize solos and features. Now, only use mentions to fill in gaps if you can't find enough quality solo or feature spots. For your launch week, book 28 newsletter swaps total. That's 4 swaps per day, 7 straight days. It's critical that you book these swaps 2 to 4 weeks before your launch date. Good swap partners get booked up quickly. If you wait until the week before launch, you're only going to find low quality spots that nobody else wanted. This strategy works so well with Amazon's new algorithm because remember, Amazon is now watching for sustained performance over 30 days, not just a single day spike. When you execute 4 newsletter swaps per day across 7 days, you're creating consistent daily traffic. New readers discover your book every single day for a full week. That's exactly the kind of sustained momentum Amazon's algorithm rewards. Amazon will see that you're not trying to game a single hourly ranking window. You're building genuine, consistent reader interest across multiple days. And that's what Amazon is looking for. Okay, there's one more piece to this foundation I need to explain. Reviews. Books with reviews in their first 72 hours perform significantly better than books with 0 reviews. And under Amazon's new algorithm, reviews from verified purchases carry even more weight than they used to. So you need a plan to get reviews fast. This is where your ARC team comes in. So ARC stands for Advanced Reader Copy. These are readers who agree to read your book early before it officially launches in exchange for leaving an honest review on Amazon once the book goes live. Here's how I recommend you build your ARC team. 2 weeks before your launch, send an email to your list that says something like, hi, my new book launches in 2 weeks. I'm looking for 20 to 30 readers who like to read it early in exchange for leaving an honest review on Amazon once it's live. If you're interested, just reply to this email and I'll send you a copy. You'll get responses. Send those people people your book either via email or through BookFunnel. Then on launch day, email them again and say, the book is now live on Amazon. If you finish reading it, I'd appreciate if you could leave an honest review, and then give them the link. Thank you. The keyword here is honest. You're not asking for 5-star reviews. You're not asking them to say specific things. You're asking for their genuine opinion. Why? Because Amazon has gotten extremely good at detecting fake reviews. They have AI tools that can identify when reviews are fake, incentivized, or coordinated. And if you try to manipulate your reviews, Amazon will remove them. They might even flag your account. But honest ARC reviews from people who genuinely read your book are completely allowed and encouraged. The goal is to have 10 to 20 reviews in your first few days. This creates social proof. When other readers land on your book page and see reviews, they're more likely to trust the book and buy it. These 3 elements, build your email list, newsletter swaps, and reviews, these create the conditions for a successful launch. You're not hoping Amazon randomly discovers you. You're creating traffic, sales, and social proof that force Amazon to pay attention. But there's a specific way you need to execute all of this during your actual launch week. Section 4, the 7-day launch execution. How to do this right. Okay, you've built your email list, you've booked your newsletter swaps, your ARC team has your book is uploaded to Amazon and ready to go live. Now it's time to execute your launch. This is the week where everything comes together. And if you execute this correctly, you create the exact conditions that make Amazon's algorithm want to promote your book. Let me walk you through this day by day. Day 1, launch day. First thing in the morning, hit the publish button on your book. It usually goes live on Amazon within 12 to 24 hours, but sometimes it's faster. And once it's live, here's what you do. Send an email to your own list. These are the people who signed up for your lead magnet. This is your announcement email. Tell them your book is live. Explain what it's about. Include a link to your Amazon page and just create some excitement around it. On the same day, 4 of your newsletter swaps go out. 4 different authors with their own email lists are promoting your book to their subscribers. That's thousands of new readers discovering your book on day 1. Also on launch day, email your ARC team. Tell them the book is now live, and if they finish reading, you'd appreciate their honest review. Within the first 24 to 48 hours, you should start seeing reviews appear from your ARC readers. This is critical because new visitors to your book page will see those reviews and trust that people have read your book and have enjoyed it. Days 2 through 7, sustain momentum. Each day, 4 more newsletter swaps go out. Every single day, thousands of new readers are being introduced to your book through different email lists. This creates that sustained daily traffic that Amazon's algorithm is watching for. You're not just spiking one day and disappearing. You're showing up consistently across a full week. Now let's talk about pricing strategy, because this is important. On launch day, you should price your book at 99 cents, not $2.99 or $3.99. I know what you're thinking, but I'll make more money at $2.99. Why would I price it at 99 cents? Here's why. During your launch, your goal isn't to maximize profit per sale. Your goal is to maximize the number of people who buy your book. At 99 cents, the barrier to purchase is incredibly low. Readers who might hesitate at $3.99 will impulse buy at 99 cents. More buyers means better rankings. Better rankings means more visibility. More visibility leads to organic sales. You're essentially buying visibility with a temporarily low price. Plus, most romance and fiction readers on Amazon are enrolled in Kindle Unlimited. When they borrow your book through Kindle Unlimited, you get paid based on pages read, not based on your book's price. So if your book is 200 pages and someone reads the whole thing through Kindle Unlimited, you make about $1, which is more than your 35-cent royalty from a 99-cent sale anyway. The low launch price is about volume and visibility. Don't worry, you'll raise your price later. I'll show you when. Now, Amazon used to update sales rankings every hour. Publishers would watch their rank change throughout the day, and some people would even time their promotions to hit during low competition hours like 2 a.m. That doesn't work anymore. Amazon now updates sales rankings just once per day. This means you can't game hourly windows anymore. Amazon is looking at your aggregate daily performance instead. So stop refreshing your book page every hour to see if your book rank changed. It won't update that frequently anymore. Instead, focus on consistent daily performance. Your 4 newsletter swaps per day create steady traffic across the entire day, which is exactly what Amazon's new system rewards. You're not trying to spike at a specific hour. You're building genuine sustained interest across a full week. That's the game now. By the end of the launch week, you've executed 28 newsletter swaps. Your book has been promoted promoted to tens of thousands of readers in your genre. You have reviews on your Amazon page. You've generated sales and Kindle Unlimited page reads. Amazon's algorithm has been watching all of this activity. And if you've done it correctly, Amazon now sees your book as something readers are interested in. It starts showing your book in more places, like in recommendation emails, in also bought sections, and in search results. This is organic visibility. You created the initial spark with your marketing, and now Amazon is amplifying it. But here's where most publishers make a critical mistake. They think the work is done after launch week. It's not. In fact, what you do in the next 30 days is more important than ever under Amazon's new algorithm. Section 5, the 30-day optimization window. Your launch week is just the beginning. Amazon doesn't make a final decision about your book based on 3 days or even 7 days of performance. Under the new algorithm, Amazon watches your book continuously for the first 30 days. Think of it like a job interview that lasts a month. You can't just show up strong on day 1 and then coast. Amazon's watching to see if you can maintain momentum over time. If your performance drops off after launch week, Amazon notices. Your visibility decreases. You fade into obscurity. But if you can sustain good performance across the full 30 days, Amazon decides you're worth promoting long term. That's when your book starts generating organic sales that continue month after month. So what do you actually do during these 30 days? Let me break it down week by week. Week 1, monitor your categories. When you publish your book, Amazon asks you to select 3 categories. These are like the shelves in a bookstore where your book will appear. Choosing the right categories is critical because readers browse categories looking for their next read. If you're in the wrong category, the right readers will never find you. Here's what you need to do. In your first week, check your category rankings daily. Amazon shows you these rankings on your product page details. Look for where your book is ranking in each category. If you're ranking in the top 100 of at least one category, that's good. You're visible to readers browsing that category. But if you're ranking at 500 or 1,000, or you're not showing up at all in your categories, you picked wrong. You need to change them immediately. How do you find better categories? There's a free tool called BK Link. This tool shows you all the categories any book is ranking in, not just the categories that Amazon displays publicly. Here's what you do. Find a successful self-published book similar to yours in the same genre with similar tropes, similar audience. Paste its ASIN, that's the Amazon ID number for the book, into the book link. You'll see a list of every category that the book is in. So look for categories where that book is ranking in the top 100 and choose ones where you could realistically compete. To update your categories, go to your KDP dashboard, click on your bookshelf, click on your book title, scroll down to the section that says target your book to customers, click on the category section, and update your selections. This is a simple technical process, but most beginners don't even know it exists. Now you do, use it. Week 2 and 3, test and optimize your keywords. Remember those 7 keywords you entered when you published your book? Now it's time to test whether they're actually working. And here's how to test them. Go to Amazon.com, go to the Kindle store, and in the search bar, type in one of your main keywords. Hit search. Does your book appear in the first few pages of results? If yes, great. That keyword is working. If no, that keyword isn't helping you. Time to find a better one. Look at the top 10 books in your category. These are the ones that are actually selling well. What keywords appear in their titles and subtitles? What patterns do you notice? Often, you'll see the same tropes and phrases appearing repeatedly in successful books. Those are the keywords that are working in your niche right now. Update your 7 keywords to match what's actually working. But remember those new 2024 keyword rules from earlier? Don't waste slots on book format terms like paperback or Kindle. Don't use spelling variations. Amazon handles those automatically. Don't repeat exact words that are already in your title. Instead, focus on 1 or 2 high relevance keywords that clearly signal your book's genre and tropes. Amazon's algorithm now values clarity over trying to rank for everything. Week 4, raise your price. After 30 days at 99 cents, it's time to raise your price to $2.99. Why 30 days? Because you've given Amazon a full month to evaluate your book at high volume. You've generated maximum visibility at the low price point, and now it's time to maximize your profit per sale. When you change your price, watch your sales rank closely for 48 hours. If your rank stays stable, for example, if you're maintaining visibility under a rank of 5,000 in your main category, then that's good. You can consider testing $3.99 after another week. If your rank drops significantly, you might need to stay at $2.99 $2.99 longer to maintain visibility. The goal is to find the highest price point that still maintains good visibility and sales velocity. Now, here's something you should know about Amazon's royalties that changed in June 2025. Amazon reduced the royalty rate for print books under $13.99 from 60% down to 50% due to rising costs. This makes Kindle Unlimited page reads more important than ever for your overall earnings. The KDP Select Global Fund, which is the money pool that pays authors for Kindle Unlimited page reads, reached $53.2 million in December 2024, with payouts around 0.004 to 0.005 per page read. What this means, don't think of your 99-cent launch as losing money. You're investing in visibility. And many of those readers will read your book through Kindle Unlimited, where you're paid by the page, not by the sale price. Plus, once readers find you with book one, they buy your other books at full price. The first book is the gateway. Your profit comes from the series. While you're optimizing, update your book description. Amazon finally updated its book description editor in 2025. For years, if you wanted to format your book description with bold text, italics, or line breaks, you had to manually write HTML code or copy it from external tools. Not anymore. Amazon now has a what you see is what you get editor built right into the KDP dashboard. You can format text visually just like using Microsoft Word. Click bold to make text bold, click italic to make it italic, add line breaks by hitting enter. This matters because better descriptions convert better. When readers land on your book page, a well-formatted description that's easy to scan and highlights your key tropes will convert more visitors into buyers. And higher conversion rates signal to Amazon that readers are interested in your book, which improves your visibility. Take 10 minutes to go into your KDP dashboard and actually format your description properly. Add bold text for some of your tropes, use line breaks to create some white space, make it compelling. Small optimizations like this compound into real improvements in your sales and visibility. One more critical setup, Author Central. There's one more thing you need to do during your first 30 days that takes 10 minutes and can double your long-term sales. Set up your Author Central account. Author Central is Amazon's free platform for authors to create a dedicated author page. When readers follow you in Author Central, Amazon automatically emails them every time you publish a new book. This is free built-in marketing for your entire publishing career. You don't control this email list. You can't export it, but Amazon sends the notifications on your behalf. And those emails have high open rates because they come from Amazon. To set up Author Central, go to your KDP dashboard and in the top menu, click Marketing. Then click Author Central. Follow the prompts to connect your books and fill out your author bio. Look at successful authors in your genre to see what they include in their bios. Usually it's some information about the types of books that they write, so tropes and themes, a little bit of personal information, and a call to action to follow you for new releases. This takes literally 10 minutes and creates a compounding advantage. Every reader who follows you becomes a guaranteed notification recipient for every future book you publish. Okay, so that's your 30-day optimization window. These aren't optional nice to haves. They're essential because Amazon is watching your performance continuously during this period. Now, there's one additional marketing opportunity that emerged over the past couple of years that's worth understanding, even if you decide not to use it. Section 7, why one book isn't enough, the catalog strategy. The hard truth about publishing on Amazon is that one book, even one really good book with excellent marketing, doesn't create sustainable income. You might generate a few $100s in royalties from one book if you execute everything perfectly, but real sustainable income, the kind that could replace a job or create financial freedom, comes from having multiple books. Even if you publish one romance novel and you do everything right, you build your email list, you execute a perfect launch, the book ranks well, that's great. But what happens if Amazon changes its algorithm again? What happens if your rankings drop? What happens if a competitor publishes something similar and takes your traffic? Your income is fragile because it depends entirely on one book. Now imagine you have 5 books published. Each book generates $300 a month. That's $1,500 total. That may not be much, but here's what makes this more future-proof. When you launch book 6, you don't just market book 6. You mention in the back of your book 6 that readers can find your other 5 books. So some readers discover book 6 first. They love it. They go back and buy books 1 through 5. Every new book you publish drives sales to your entire back catalog. This is called the compound effect. Publishers with 5 to 10 books consistently outperform publishers with one better book. Not because their individual books are better, but because they understand how the business works. The goal is to publish one book per month once you're established. published. Now, I'm not saying you need to write a book per month yourself. You're hiring ghostwriters to write for you, you're using AI, you're building systems, but you need to be releasing consistently. Here's why consistent releases matter. First, each new book creates a fresh marketing opportunity. Every launch is a chance to drive traffic to your entire catalog. Second, Amazon rewards publishers who release consistently. When Amazon sees you publishing regularly, it signals that you're a serious business, not a one-time hobbyist. The algorithm tends to favor publishers with track records. Third, readers in genres like romance and fantasy are voracious consumers. They read multiple books per week. If they love your book 1 and they have to wait 6 months for book 2, they'll forget about you. But if you release monthly, you stay top of mind. Now, at some point in your publishing journey, you'll want to amplify your organic marketing with paid advertising. But don't do it until you have at least 3 books published. I say this because let's say you run Amazon ads or Facebook ads to promote book 1. You spend $1.50 to acquire 1 sale. Your royalty on that $2.99 book is about $2, so you made 50 cents profit. That's barely worth the effort. But if you have 3 books in a series, here's what happens. You spend $1.50 on ads to sell book 1. That reader loves it and immediately buys books 2 and book 3 at full price. Now you've made $6 in total royalties from that same $1.50 ad spend. That's $4.50 profit. The math works. This is why you need read-through before paid advertising becomes profitable. Read-through is the term for readers buying multiple books in your series. When you're ready to test paid ads, here's how to start smart. Begin with a $10 per day budget. Target your exact genre keywords. Run ads for 1 book only. Never advertise to other books just to start, because you need readers to start with 1 book in your series and read through to the other books. Let the read through to your other books handle the profitability. You might barely break even on the 1 book that you're running ads to, but if 40 to 50% of those readers buy the rest of the books in your series, the overall math works. Once you've proven the model works at $10 per day and you're seeing positive returns, you can gradually scale up to $50 per day, and then $100 per day, then $300 once your catalog can support it. Now, I'm not going to teach you paid advertising in detail in this video because that's outside of today's scope. This video is for people building their foundation. If you're still working on your first book, still building your email list, still learning the basics of Amazon, then paid advertising would overwhelm you. Paid advertising is complex. It requires constant optimization. It's expensive to learn through trial and error. That's why Fiction Profits Academy has an entire dedicated module on advanced advertising strategies. We teach Facebook ads, targeting methods, scaling strategies, budget management, all of it. But you don't need that right now. Right now, you need to build your email list, execute your first launch with newsletter swaps, publish your first 3 books, and prove the organic model works. Once you've done that, then we can talk about amplifying with paid traffic. Now, there are a few critical compliance issues you need to understand to avoid any account problems in 2026. Section 8, critical compliance issues, protecting your account. Amazon has gotten significantly stricter about enforcement over the past couple of years, and there are some requirements you need to understand to avoid account problems. Let me walk you through the most important ones. AI content disclosure. If you're hiring writers or using AI tools to create your book, there's something you need to know. Amazon now requires you to disclose if your book contains AI-generated or AI-assisted content. This rule applies to books written partially or fully by AI, AI-assisted editing, AI-generated covers, AI translations, and significant AI-assisted developmental work. Here's why this matters. When you hire a ghostwriter from Upwork, Fiverr, or any freelance platform, you need to ask them explicitly, do you use AI tools in writing the manuscripts? If they did, you need to disclose this when you upload your book to Amazon. During the upload process, there's a checkbox asking about AI content. Check it if it's applicable. Being honest about AI use doesn't hurt you. Hiding it and getting caught does. Amazon has detection tools, and if they flag your book for undisclosed AI content, you could face account suspension. Better to be transparent upfront. Review policy enforcement. Let's talk about reviews. The ARC strategy I showed you earlier, where you send advanced copies to readers who leave honest reviews, is completely allowed by Amazon. But here's what's not allowed. Fake reviews, paid reviews, reviews from family and friends, or reviews where you tell people exactly what to say. Amazon continues to crack down aggressively aggressively on fake reviews, and under the new algorithm, reviews from verified purchases carry significantly more algorithmic weight. Amazon has tools that can detect fake or AI-generated reviews. If Amazon finds fake reviews on your book, they'll remove them. And if they find a pattern of fake reviews across multiple books, they might suspend your account. So when you recruit your ARC team, emphasize this. You want their honest opinions. If someone hated your book, you'd rather they not leave a review than leave a fake 5-star review that gets flagged and removed. Trust the process. If your book is good and you've chosen your genre well, you'll get genuine positive reviews. You don't need to manipulate this. Keyword compliance. Remember those keyword rules from earlier? There are some keywords that are completely prohibited, meaning that if Amazon detects them, your book can be suppressed from search results immediately. Here's what you absolutely cannot use in your keywords. The word bestseller, unless you have an official Amazon bestseller badge. The words free or Kindle Unlimited, other author names, other existing book titles, any claims that you can't verify, like award-winning, unless you actually won a verifiable award. Amazon's automated systems scan for these prohibited terms. If they find them, your book gets suppressed without warning. You won't even necessarily get an email. Your book just stops showing up in searches. This is one of those things where ignorance doesn't protect you. I didn't know isn't a defense. Amazon expects you to read and follow their content guidelines. So before you publish any book, double check your keywords. Make sure none of them violate Amazon's policies. The bottom line on compliance. I know compliance isn't the most exciting thing, but it's essential. The publishers who succeed long-term are the ones who understand Amazon's rules and stay within them. The publishers who get their accounts suspended, well, most lose their income streams overnight, so don't be in that second group. Now, everything I've covered in this video is the foundation, but there are advanced strategies I couldn't fit here. Things like the exact email sequences that convert cold readers into loyal fans who buy everything you publish. The precise ad targeting methods that work profitably in 2026 when you're ready to scale. The catalog management systems that let you publish consistently without burning out. The hiring and quality control processes that ensure your ghostwriter deliver exactly what you need. Inside Fiction Profits Academy, we cover all this in depth across multiple training modules. We've helped over 15,000 students build real publishing businesses using this exact system. Click the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.